Tonight, we are tracking two major developments that could affect millions of Social Security beneficiaries across the United States. First, there are marriage, divorce, and survivor benefit rules that many people misunderstand or never fully review before they file a claim. These rules can directly change how much you receive each month. And in some cases, once you lock in the wrong option at the wrong time, that lower monthly amount can follow you for life. Second, the Social Security Administration is preparing for a nationwide modernization rollout expected to begin March 7th. This system change is being widely discussed because it could impact how appointments are scheduled and how workloads and claims move through the system. When you combine misunderstood benefit rules with a major administrative transition, one thing becomes clear. This is a moment when people need accurate information because the cost of confusion can be expensive. So what's happening? Who is affected? And what should you do right now? Let's break it down. First, the core misunderstanding. Most Americans believe Social Security is strictly based on their own work history. That is partly true, but it's not the whole story. Your marital history can play a big role in your options. Whether you are married, divorced, or widowed can determine whether you may qualify for benefits based on someone else's record, and in many cases, timing can determine whether your payment is reduced or maximized. A quick note before we go further. This video is an informational breakdown. I am not the Social Security Administration, and this is not legal advice. Every situation is different, and eligibility depends on details. The goal here is to help you understand the framework so you know what questions to ask and what options you may need to check using official SSA sources or qualified help. Now let's start with marriage. If you are married, Social Security includes what's commonly referred to as a spousal benefit. Many people never learn about it until it's too late. In general terms, a spouse may be eligible for up to 50% of the higher-earning spouse's benefit depending on eligibility and timing. The details matter, but the key point is simple. If your own benefit is lower and you qualify, you may have a spousal option that can increase what you receive. But here's the part that causes problems. Timing. Claiming early can reduce your monthly amount, and that reduction may be permanent. That is why married couples should not assume their only option is file as soon as possible. In many cases, the decision isn't just when do I claim, it's which benefit pathway is best at which time. This is the first point where people lose money. They claim early, they do not compare their own benefit to their spousal option, and they never recheck whether they claimed in the most strategic way. Now let's move to divorce, because this is where the millions miss this headline really applies. Divorce does not automatically erase Social Security options. In fact, some divorced individuals may qualify for benefits based on an ex-spouse's record, and this often surprises people. The most important detail is commonly known as the 10-year rule. If your marriage lasted at least 10 years, you may qualify for divorced spousal benefits, assuming you meet other eligibility requirements. 10 years matters, not 9 years and 11 months, 10 years. This is why the rule is so critical. The difference between qualifying and not qualifying can come down to months, and many people only discover it after they have already claimed in a way that is hard to change. Now, there are additional conditions in many cases. For example, you may need to meet age requirements, and in many situations you may need to currently be unmarried. The specific rules can vary by circumstances, but the big point is this. If you are divorced and your marriage lasted 10 years or more, you should not assume you have no options. You should check your eligibility. Here's another key detail that people get wrong. Claiming based on an ex-spouse's record typically does not reduce what your ex-spouse receives. Many people avoid exploring this option because they think it will hurt their former spouse financially. In many cases, that is not how it works. So the real issue is awareness. Many eligible people never apply because they never knew they could. Now we move to widows and widowers, and this is one of the most sensitive but financially important areas. If your spouse passed away, you may be eligible for survivor benefits. In some cases, survivor benefits can be higher than spousal benefits, and sometimes higher than what you would receive on your own record. But once again, timing is everything. Survivor benefits can be reduced if claimed too early, and strategic timing may increase long-term income. During a period of grief, people often make decisions quickly. That's understandable. But Social Security rules do not adjust for emotional context. If a reduced benefit is locked in, it can remain reduced. This is why the widow and widower category requires careful review, not fear, not panic. Careful review. Now, let's step back and ask a simple question. Why does all of this matter more right now? Because affordability pressure is real. Many retirees and fixed-income households are dealing with higher housing costs, higher food prices, utilities that fluctuate, and growing healthcare expenses. Even with cost of living adjustments over time, many beneficiaries feel that their check does not stretch the way it used to. When purchasing power is strained, every decision matters more. A benefit difference of even a few $100s per month becomes a big deal over years. And this brings us to the second major development, the March 7 SSA modernization rollout. The Social Security Administration is expected to begin implementing a nationwide system modernization effort around March 7. This development is trending because it involves how the agency schedules appointments and how it distributes and manages workloads across offices. In plain English, the SSA is moving toward more standardized, centralized tools. That can include changes to appointment scheduling systems and internal case handling processes that determine how quickly claims move from one stage to another. Supporters argue this modernization can improve consistency and efficiency, but any major system transition can also create short-term friction. That can include temporary delays, longer wait times, appointment backlogs, or shifting processing timelines while staff adjust to a new workflow. And this is why it matters for beneficiaries. If you are planning to file a new retirement claim, apply for disability-related benefits, request changes, replace documents, correct earnings records, or schedule an appointment, you should be aware that a major system update is rolling out. Modernization does not automatically mean disruption, but it does mean you should stay alert and avoid assumptions about timing. Now, let's connect the two developments. Misunderstood marriage and divorce rules can lead to people filing the wrong claim pathway. A system transition can mean it takes longer to correct mistakes or get answers. The combination increases risk. So who is most affected by all of this? There are several groups. 1. Anyone approaching retirement who has not filed yet, especially if married, divorced, or widowed. 2. Anyone divorced with a marriage close to or over the 10-year mark. 3. Widows and widowers evaluating survivor options. 4. Disability beneficiaries or applicants who may need appointments, documentation, or case follow-ups. 5. Anyone who needs to contact SSA for help, because system transitions can affect service levels. Now let's talk about the most common mistakes that cost beneficiaries money. Mistake number 1. Claiming early without understanding the permanent reduction effect. Many people claim as soon as they can because they feel they need the money now, and sometimes people do need it. But the problem is that they do not realize the long-term trade-off. Early claiming can lock in a lower monthly amount. Mistake number 2. Assuming Social Security will automatically pay you the maximum you qualify for. The SSA processes claims based on information and rules, but it does not always optimize your decision for you. Beneficiaries often need to check options and ask direct questions. Mistake number 3. Overlooking spousal benefits. Married individuals sometimes never compare their own benefit against the spousal option, and they miss an opportunity to improve their monthly income. Mistake number 4. Missing the 10-year divorce threshold. This is one of the biggest ones. People do not verify the exact duration of a prior marriage, or they do not realize 10 years is a line that can change eligibility. Mistake number 5. Assuming divorce means, I get nothing from that record. Not necessarily. Eligibility depends on circumstances, and many people who could qualify never check. Mistake number 6. Survivor benefit timing errors. Some widows or widowers claim quickly without reviewing timing, and they lock in reduced benefits when they could have benefited from a different strategy. Mistake number 7. Not reviewing the earnings record. Your benefit is based on earnings history. If your earnings record is incorrect, your benefit could be lower than it should be. Mistake number 8. Falling for scams. Scammers frequently target Social Security beneficiaries, and major system news or updates can sometimes increase scam activity because scammers use fear and urgency. Now, let's move into what you should do step by step in a practical way. Step 1. Review your Social Security earnings record using your official account. Check that your work history and reported earnings are correct. If something is missing, it can affect your benefit calculation. Step 2. Identify your category. Are you married, divorced, widowed, or single? If you are in one of the categories that can involve spousal or survivor rules, you need to check those options. Step 3. If you are married, compare your own benefit estimate to potential spousal eligibility. This is not about guessing. It's about comparing options and asking the right questions. Step 4. If you are divorced, confirm the duration of your marriage and whether you may meet the basic conditions that allow a divorced spouse benefit. Again, details matter. 10 years can be the difference between eligible and not eligible. Step 5. If you are widowed, review survivor benefit options and timing carefully. Some people may qualify for survivor benefits that can be higher than their own, but timing can affect the monthly amount. Step 6. If you plan to contact SSA, stay aware of the March 7 modernization rollout. This can include checking for official announcements and giving yourself extra time for scheduling or processing. Step 7. Protect yourself from fraud. The SSA will not typically call you out of nowhere demanding immediate payments or threatening arrest. If you get a call like that, slow down. Verify using official contact methods, not the number provided by the caller. Now, let's expand this into a simple example framework because examples help people understand how this can play out in real life. Example 1. A married couple where one spouse has a much higher earnings record. If the lower-earning spouse claims early without checking spousal options, they may lock in a reduced benefit. If they had compared timing and options first, they may have been able to make a different choice. Example 2. A divorced individual who was married for more than 10 years. If that person assumes divorce disqualifies them, they may never explore benefits based on the ex-spouse's record. If eligible, that could impact long-term monthly income. Example 3. A widow who claims quickly during a difficult period. If survivor benefits could have been higher with strategic timing, claiming too early could reduce the benefit permanently. These examples are not promises. They are scenarios that show why awareness matters. Now, we need to address one more topic that often confuses people: remarriage. Remarriage can affect certain benefits and eligibility in certain situations, including survivor benefits and divorced spouse benefits, depending on the specifics. This is exactly why blanket advice is dangerous and why official verification is important. But the message is simple. If your marital status changes, your Social Security options may change. That is why you should not assume your previous plan still applies without checking. Now, let's return to the March 7 SSA modernization topic. Why is the March 7 timing being discussed so heavily? Because national scheduling and workload systems can change how cases flow. If you've ever heard two people in different states talk about very different wait times or office experiences, modernization aims to reduce those inconsistencies by standardizing processes. But standardization takes time. In the early stages of major rollouts, offices can experience a learning curve, and that can affect speed and responsiveness. So if you have urgent needs, you may want to plan ahead. That means gathering documents early, verifying your record early, and understanding your options before you are forced into a rushed decision. Now, a quick but important clarification. Many videos online make bold claims about guaranteed increases or new payments confirmed. Be careful. If someone is promising guaranteed extra money without official confirmation, that can be misleading. A professional approach is to focus on what is verifiable: eligibility rules, timing rules, official program structure, and official agency updates. That's what we're doing here. Now, let's summarize the key takeaways. 1. Marriage can create spousal benefit options that many people never compare, and early claiming can lock in reductions. 2. Divorce can still allow benefits in some cases, especially when the marriage lasted 10 years or more, and many eligible people never check. 3. Widow and widower survivor benefits can be significant, but timing matters, and the wrong timing can reduce benefits. 4. Affordability pressures make these decisions more impactful. 5. The SSA's March 7th modernization rollout may change appointment scheduling and case processing workflows, and during transitions, delays can happen. 6. The best protection is preparation. Check your record, compare your options, verify using official sources, and avoid scam pressure. Now, here is a clean action checklist you can follow after this video. Checklist Item 1. Create or log into your official My Social Security account. Checklist Item 2. Confirm your earnings record is accurate. Checklist Item 3. If married, compare your personal estimate to spousal options. Checklist Item 4. If divorced, verify your marriage duration and explore eligibility under the 10-year threshold if applicable. Checklist Item 5. If widowed, review survivor benefit timing and how it coordinates with your own retirement benefit. Checklist Item 6. Monitor official SSA updates regarding March 7th modernization and appointment scheduling. Checklist Item 7. Never trust unsolicited calls or messages demanding immediate action or payment. Verify independently. Now the bottom line. Marriage, divorce, and widowhood are not only personal milestones. Under Social Security rules, they can be financial turning points. And when you layer on a nationwide system transition, the margin for error becomes smaller. You do not need to panic. You do need to be informed. Review your eligibility. Review your timing. Verify with official sources. Because in Social Security, the details are not minor. The details are everything. If you found this breakdown helpful, you can support the channel by subscribing. And if you want follow-up videos, comment your category, married, divorced, or widowed, and write the word rules. I can do scenario-based breakdowns, including common questions like the 10-year divorce threshold, spousal comparisons, and survivor timing considerations. As always, stay informed, verify what you hear with official information, and protect your retirement income with smart, careful decisions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.